south side of campus. This is where you really enter campus, the front of it, you might say. And this building we're looking at here, and this is kind of the sports complex area that we're in. This is the Compton Family Ice Arena. And that was built, I believe, in 2011. I believe that's when it was opened. It houses two rinks, and they play their hockey games here, of course. And it holds about just a little over 5,000. To get a ticket, pretty tough sometimes. Pretty tough to get a ticket. This is the new Compton Center right here. Heck of a building, like most of them they're building now. And as you look around, you're going to see that they're all in the same style, same brick. It's a pretty good sized place. So we're just going to take a look around a little bit here. That's the main entrance. And we've got parking over here. This is all parking. If you look way out there, you'll see the Joyce Center, Purcell Pavilion, and of course, everybody knows that's Notre Dame Stadium. And we'll get to that too a little bit. But right now, take a good look at this hockey arena here. Some of this landscaping may look like weeds, but it's the new thing in landscaping. You just let stuff grow, I guess. I don't know. It looks like some of it are nothing but weeds to me. A lot of it's plants, I guess. This is a new art museum that you see there. You see going up. That's the Racklin Murphy Museum of Art. That's part of the Notre Dame Stadium right there. We're kind of looking at the ACC, Purcell Pavilion. That's the indoor practice fields. Now this is track and field over here to this side. Across the way is the softball. And they've got a new park. Down over here, that's the baseball. And that's a fairly new park. None of these are very old. It's a better view of the track field here. Girls softball over there. Baseball over here. Boys just are in the World Series, playing in the World Series right now. College Baseball World Series. Practice facility over there. Out there, some soccer fields and so forth. You can see this is quite a complex. Part of the Joyce Center, the dome over here. But you also have the Olympic pool. That's where the swimmers and diving competition. Everybody knows the stadium over there, of course. And then you can see way out here where everything's at. And if you look over here, that's that hockey arena. Huge, huge building. A lot of building here. Well, this is the track and field. They have a stadium. I guess you'd call it a stadium. And on the far east, southeast corner is the girls softball. Down from that, you got the baseball stadium. Quite a park, really. As I mentioned, Notre Dame is in the World Series, College World Series. There's the Purcell Pavilion again, right next door to Notre Dame Stadium. We're looking to the west right now.
Okay, practice centers and so forth. A lot of the athletic centers there. And this is the Purcell's Pavilion. It's where they play the basketball games. Men, women. Holds, I believe, now it's about 9,500 people. It's not real big anymore. They've cut it the size way down. Got rid of bleacher seats, and it's all regular seating now, which is really nice. You also got in here, you have the kind of the bookstore. You can buy your shirts, your hats, all that kind of stuff in here. That's all in this building. The other dome, that's a big dome that they used to call, students used to call the world's biggest bra. 2 domes attached. First one is the basketball. The second one used to be hockey before they had this, and it's an indoor kind of a field house. Used to hold the luncheons in there before the Notre Dame games, and they'd get 3,000, 3,500 people in there for a luncheon when Lou Holtz was here. And they don't get that. I don't even know if they have it anymore. Yeah. When Lou was here, they'd even fill up the hockey rink. So you'd fill the tables up with the people going to the lunch, and then the hockey rink would start to fill up just to hear him speak. That ended after he left, of course. I shouldn't say the luncheons ended. Probably should say they started disintegrating. This is the football. A number of years ago, they took the stadium and they added an addition on, another 20,000 seats above the old stadium. So they kept the old stadium. Then a few years later, they built this addition on, which is used now for more than just football, although the great press boxes and everything. I'll explain a little bit that to you in a minute, what they did there. That's absolutely now. They added this building, it's huge, this building and one on the other side, making this place enormous. Biggest building project to ever go on at this university. Just absolutely huge. Can't tell you exactly how many places in there are in there for restaurants, but there's student centers, classrooms, offices. They even got workout facilities in there for the students. So you've got a little bit of everything going on in here. And as I said, I think there's 16 or 20 places where you could eat or hold a conference if you could afford it. Quite a place. Been in it, been in the stadium, of course, hundreds of times. Not sure how many games I've seen in there. A lot of them. Toured the new building here a couple of years ago, and it is something.
Frank Leahy Gate. O'Neill Hall. As I said, there are a lot of facilities within these buildings. They're huge buildings. This is the southwest corner of the stadium. And this would be the Lou Holtz Gate. Billy Joel will be in concert here within a couple days. I would imagine 50,000 at least. Legends there is a restaurant on campus. It's open to the public. You can go there anytime. Press boxes. Suites up there. It's like the stadium will hold about 80,000, but when you get the suites filled and the press boxes filled, I think you're probably closer to 85. We're back at the sports complex here, where this, I believe we pretty much agree that this is the soccer field. The indoor practice facility.
Well, I'd like to tell you exactly what this field is, but I'm not sure. It looks to be soccer. Yep, looks to be about where the soccer stadium would be. And the size of the field makes me think that too. Now on the other side here, we're going to be looking at the baseball facilities from out here in left field. Can't see much of it, but if you look above my head here, you're gonna see the screen, and that's so that the home runs don't come down here and hit a car or something like that. But this is getting back into the guts of the sports facilities now. Yep, Notre Dame lacrosse. Lacrosse played over here. We'll venture over here. Pretty good facility, I can tell you that. Artificial turf. And there you have it. Right there. And if we look over here, we're seeing center field. And we'll walk over a little bit more. See what we got over here. Get a better look at that lacrosse field. That's a pretty good stadium for college lacrosse. You know what this is? It's a dumpster. Yes, there's a lot of construction going on at this university that never stops. Every year, more and more construction. Their sports facilities from one end to the other are top notch. No doubt about it. Now this is a field, I'm not sure what that's used for. Could be intramural, could be different events held here. Across the street, a bunch of apartments over there you can rent, but a lot of that is students that rent apartments, or their families rent apartments over there. And you can sit out here right behind the goalkeeper. Watch this. We're gonna mosey on down the way. You know what that means, right? We're gonna move. So that's the indoor facility. and used for a lot of things. Mainly football is the big one. That is a huge building too, as you can see. And it's not very old. It's their second indoor facility that they've made. Go through here, see what we can see out here. Probably not very much. This is outdoor. In front of me here, you can see this tower. That would be the outdoor facility, and it's pretty well closed off. You can't see in there, and they don't want you seeing in there, and they don't want anybody else seeing in there either. So when they're practicing outside, there'll be people around so that you aren't going to sneak a peek at what's going on. Now, years ago when Lou Holtz was here, I knew the academic advisor very well, and I was able to come out to a couple of practices. I think I went to about 3 different practices. Very, very interesting. And I could tell you a few stories there too, but I'm not going to do it in this video. Lou was an interesting person, to say the least.
Well, we're going to drive into Notre Dame's main entryway, and that is on the south side of the campus. First thing we see is the Notre Dame Cemetery here on the left. Now this particular entryway takes you right back to the Golden Dome, the administration building, and the Basilica. Now on the left up here you have the Morris Inn. You too can stay at the Morris Inn for a little bit of money, and if you get a reservation. Now this road doesn't go all the way back to the administration building. It goes up here to a circle and you head back out. On the other side of this circle is that quad we've seen in front of the administration building, the Golden Dome, and you can take this quad right down there to that dome. Now the other thing I wanted to see is if the main bookstore was open. And I know this is hours for it, but here it is on the left. Unfortunately, they got the parking closed off, and I don't know how to get to it. So we'll just mosey on down the road and get out of here. But before we do, take a hop, skip, and a jump. You know what that is, right? It's kind of like moseying. We're going to go through the cemetery real quick. Now, there are a lot of interesting things to see in here, but you're going to have to take a lot of time to do it. Of course, I don't have that kind of time today, and most likely if you visit, you won't have a lot of time either, but it is interesting just to take a glance at it. This is Eddie Commons on the right. This was built about the same time the stadium was being built, in that same time period. And this is a whole community. This is shopping, restaurants, even bars are down here. Another bookstore. They've got it all back here. Parking garages, and a lot of apartments and townhouses. As we head on further back, you'll see you get into more shopping and eating places, but you're more townhouses and apartments. There's a lot of them back here. So we're going to head out of there and around, and we're going to come in Notre Dame from the east, and that's the softball stadium there to the right. Well, we're going to drive through again. This is the Compton Center and ice rink on the left. You got the field house here for your field sports. Swimming pools on the left. And what we're doing is we're driving through the university now from south to north. Now we're on the north side. This is a lot of housing, a lot of dorms and so forth, student housing here. And if you look, well, you can see it or just did, the library peeking over that building over there. Also, medical facilities are back here. Well, you've seen a lot of the campus, but not all of it. I would encourage you to come out and visit the University of Notre Dame, one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. See you next week.